Alrighty, a very good day to you folks here on Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to our first race of week 3 of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer 2021 tournament. We got a good one for you today, folks. We got ZChaotix and KrashBoomBang, and boy, is this seed going to be quite the headache. I am Captain MD. I am joined today by Dark Zero. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm very excited for this one because on this one we have some gentlemen's agreements, and the one I'm worst looking for is the random start. They've chosen to start in any place between Aegon Waste, Starvus Bog, and Sanctuary Fortress.
Yeah,
This one is my favorite settings in the randomizer.
Ah, so we're going for a non-temple ground start. We'll see if the game just decides to start them at the Aegon elevator or the Torvus elevator. That'd be hilarious if they did.
It'd be sad if it's something boring, but we can see it. Hopefully we can see something like Upper Sanctuary.
Well, our runners are off. Let's see. They start with missiles.
That seems like Aegon.
Yep, definitely Aegon. Where in Aegon? Bomb Guardian? Portal Access A?
Dark Samus 1?
No, Dark World. Portal Terminal. Dark Portal Terminal.
Oh, that's unique.
Alright, so they are put right in front of their first item at Portal Access A this time around.
Yeah, they gotta go back immediately. Nothing to do here.
Okay. Nothing too particularly spectacular, but still, at least giving us an idea of how to start things off here.
I think they might need to find bombs or space jump, so they can escape.
Violet Translator looks like they are going to go straight to the have to go straight to the elevator. Although they can't fight Bomb Guardian unless he happens to just so happen to have a way to break the glass.
Could be it, but I think both are going to go to the elevator. Seems like a safer choice.
And Crash took a look up at Mining Station A to reveal that it was indeed a dark ammo tank.
As commented, yes. Despite all the settings, it's still first item. Violet Translator.
We love our comedy here on these races.
Oh, Crash is going for the Bomb Guardian fight.
Ooh, quite a gamble. Now, the nice thing is, if this ends up not being anything, Crash resetting will only lose about 3 minutes, so it's not the biggest loss out there.
The biggest loss is, if it's nothing, they might still want to do it again because of Dark Side Trooper. So, can we see Mining Plaza?
I didn't get a good, I didn't see any glows, so if there was an item, it's certainly not particularly large. Now, we are not running random elevators today, so no need to worry about taking a lot of notes down.
That's certainly something that's very... Ooh,
just an energy tank on Bomb Guardian, so Crash will take the reset.
I'll say taking notes for random elevator is very intense. Emerald.
By this point, we're already expecting to consume 200 milliliters of water. It's been 3 minutes.
Drink water, everyone.
You should stay hydrated. That is good advice, though. But yeah, so only Violet and Emerald. So now I would immediately start thinking, whenever I see early Emerald, I immediately... Yeah, Transport A access specifically. I'm pretty sure bombs or space jump are going to be chilling at this point in Storage Cavern B. We also have a Morph Ball related upgrade at a Cursed Lake. That could be just about anything.
I think that could even be bombs. Yeah.
If we get if we get 2 beams, Secret Missiles and Dark Visor, yes, it could be.
Ooh, not checking storage cavern. Going storage.
I think ZChaotix just remembered. Yeah, that might be just muscle memory kicking in, because it's not often you're coming to Storage Cavern B from the other side at the start of the game.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, that would be something glowing like a Christmas tree in TAS. I think that might be main power bombs.
I would say that it was part of it's kind of pokey, but since the character's going for it.
Very nicely performed TAS jump there. Oh, yep,
Nope.
It's space jump boost.
Space jump. Okay then, so we have bombs very soon. And sadly not in Aquation's Lake.
Looks like ZChaotix is just going to keep on going here towards GFMC compound. Not a bad idea, because we can get the item and just make our way through, all the way through to the temple to Alpha Splinter. So if a power bomb shows up, it'll at least make Great Temple a little more chill.
They will need the. They're risking the item in the ship, but I think they're assuming they will find some PV expansion to come back. Or screw attack.
Well, we shall see. Maybe we'll get another suit dupe dream like we had last. We had a couple of suit dupe dreams last week.
That is certainly something fun to have to do.
Alright, whatever's in the crate is not glowing like a Christmas tree, but it is a cheeseburger.
Okay, so they can come back easily now.
And ZChaotix is just going to go ahead and check the Fortress Transport Access Hint. We saw that a beam-related upgrade was in Reliquary, so that could be Annihilator or Dark if Annihilator's our way into the Dark World and whatnot.
Or supers.
Could be.
But
Amber, the Amber Translator is one room away from Dark Aegon Key 3. That is a good proximity hint.
that is a nice key hint, but you have to keep track of the Dark Aegon 3. That's something interesting you have to care about.
Yeah, it does make you wonder if the Aegon keys will be relevant today. Now, Crash is also doing the task jump here, trying to get space jump. We haven't found a logical way to get this yet. No sign of bombs, because that is our only logical way to get these, given the circumstances.
The KR is going back to communication area, likely to blow this class up. Likely also check Dynamo Chamber.
Yeah, not a bad idea, definitely. A little fun fact about this room is that if you haven't passed through it on the first try, the two splinters that jump out in the first layer are actually eligible for, the second one specifically, is eligible for dropping power bombs. Just because, for whatever reason, Echo's drop system doesn't usually take into account until the second enemy is killed. Most of the time.
More burgers.
Well, a very fulfilling start to this seed.
The Alex almost went back to GFMC, but remember that they can just enter from the side.
Yeah, at this point it would be faster to just go up to the Great Temple from this way. And with Space Jump, we can check Transport B access, no problem.
Yeah, they'll be able to full clear Great Temple. Except for that pesky you must chew, but
I'm actually wondering if we find the Aegon key here, if the items that are being referred to in the hint are being talked about in here, because that actually is fairly likely. That is a ball upgrade up top, though.
It's either a booster. No.
Cannon.
Yeah, I was going to say cannonball, but then I remember that it could also have been spider.
That's not a bad spot for cannonball, all things considering.
That's... You have to wonder if they want to pick it up or not, because Aegon is very easy to lose it right now, so...
Yeah, I would say it's not usually a good idea to pick up Cannonball until you at least have Screw Attack, because Screw Attack is one of the best ways, I would say, to skip most of the Orb Cannons in Echoes.
But right now is also the best moment to have it, because they don't have boost, so it can go faster, and they don't have any ninja tanks for the Dark Ward.
That is very true. The invulnerability and boost just all help every way, shape, or form, and that is Morph Ball Bomb, so we now also know, based on proximity, that there cannot be an Amber Translator or a Dark Aegon Key 3 in Transport A access. And what is that in Grand Wind Chamber? That is an energy tank.
Energy tank.
And Umos 1 contains the Dark Beam. Ooh. Excellent.
Nice to do attacking. Yeah.
And that is reachable right now, too.
Very much so.
We've had a very consistent amount of early screw attacks so far in this tournament. I've noticed. Not that that's a bad thing. Screw attack is amazing.
Screw attack does unlock a fair bit of things, so very much tends to happen to be early because of that.
Crash electing to scan dash for the energy tank here in Wind Chamber Gateway. Fun fact about Wind Chamber Gateway, you don't take terminal fall damage for some stupid reason.
And that reason is because they seem to made a mistake.
And ZChaotix has found an additional energy tank in Transport A access, so now the energy tanks are starting to look a little more cozy for the early Aegon start, and with main power bombs in tow, Spider Ball is all that's keeping us away from the Spider's treasure, and Light Beam, of course.
It's been very important for that.
We also now know we can also now rule out Amber Translator or Aegon Key 3 for Hive Chamber A. Since we now know that the item in Hive Chamber B is Screw Attack. So, fairly safe bet that Amber Translator is an Aegon at this point.
It could have been in very many places, indeed.
To answer a question from Lenifus, our tracker today, it was an energy tank in Wind Chamber Gateway. Wind Chamber itself also had an energy tank, so this is the temple grounds of truly the energy of Aether.
The ZChaotix is going straight to the screw attack.
Yeah, I can understand this wanting to... oh yeah, Z. I was looking at Crash here, deciding to skip Transport A access, and I can understand this completely just because of using the power bomb on the splinters. It's much more efficient. You can easily just come back later with bombs and save ammo. But yeah, with this current equipment, we can pretty much, we can do almost the entire loop around labs, save for storage C.
That's a very nice save warp.
Yeah, that's actually really effective, because with bombs in tow, ZChaotix will also be able to perform the full Dark Aegon loop, including in Cache 4. We'll not be able to check Junction Site until Spider Ball shows up.
But they can still check it, which is very helpful. Yeah, with bombs and Dark Beam, they can do the full everything here.
And Space Jump makes the Broom Closet an easy check as well. Oh, so if we find Dark Aegon Key 3 in the Broom Closet, that puts Amber Translator on a Morbus.
Or if they find Amber in the Broom Closet.
Well, if they find Amber in the Broom Closet, a Morbus is dead. They're going to be happy to see that.
Yep.
That's Dark Aegon Key 1.
Not 3, so... Which, actually, thankfully, it is not 3.
Yeah, I really do enjoy the proximity hints, because they make you think a little bit. And what is that down there? That is a Sky Temple key in Junction Site, so we absolutely need Spider Ball.
Oh yeah, this is a no final bosses seed, but now they already need Spider Ball and they already have secret attack. So the biggest difference might be just be a sweet now. And I like final bosses as well, right?
Alright, well, ZChaotix is going for the Broom Closet check. This is going to be a bit of a moment of truth here. If Dark Aegon Key 3 is here, Amber Translator is on a Morbus. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There you go, folks.
Captain. You were strong with the curses today.
It's okay, I've got my getaway car in the driveway ready to go. Right in time for the interview. No, I'm kidding. Now, it should be noted that does not strictly mean a Morbus is required for the record. If we find Boost and Seekers, that could be an alternate way into Torvis.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Amber Translator's not strictly required yet. Still, the fact that Amber Translator was hinted is not promising.
We still need our last Aegon key, but for all we know, it could just be here in Jump Guardian.
The crazy thing is, if it is here on Jump Guardian, then the Morbus is already in play.
Very much so.
To answer question chat, Crash does not have any Aegon keys, because the Aegon keys are in... they're all in Dark Aegon.
So far, I guess.
And Crash has not performed the warp to start yet.
Sure, what's Crash doing?
Heading back to
Oh.
Great Temple. Probably
Okay.
going to Aegon from the front door.
Actually, I've misunderstood their direction.
Oh no, Crash is going for... I think Crash is going to go for Screw Attack now.
I thought they were going to JFMC, so yeah, my bad.
By the way, there was a boss there, but ZChaotix shot at it while it was just standing there chilling in front of the statue. We couldn't see it, but it was there.
Okay, just a missile expansion in Jump Guardian. The game could be very evil and have this last Aegon key in the GFMC ship, which is now open for us after Jump Guardian is dead.
Yeah, we have Screw Attack, so we have a logical way back.
That's true as well. Well, we also have
I think our runners are
Emerald, so...
Yeah, Emerald is nice when we do eventually get to Torvis, but right now I think the play is... I think our runners are more likely to go sweep labs. Maybe check the Aegon Energy Controller real fast, since they didn't get to do that yet.
Oh, and transfer to center as well. So it's right there.
We do still have a fairly nice care package for Aegon, with multiple power bombs, Dark Beam, and Space Jump. So let's see where ZChaotix decides to go here, either to the Temple or to Labs. Probably the Temple, because ZChaotix has not fought Bomb Guardian yet, and Power Bombs will make this fight a cakewalk.
Oh yeah, indeed. The character doesn't know what's there, so yeah. It makes sense to do that. But
Alright, Crash took another look at Mining Plaza. That did look like a missile tank.
Interesting that Crash didn't open the gate to the part base. I like doing that whenever I can, because if like you do happen to find the light beam and being interfered from the back, it's annoying to leave if you haven't opened it yet.
That is true, although conveniently warping to start does put you on the other side of that in this case, so that may also be getting factored in here. But yeah, this has been a very energy bountiful seat, because ZChaotix is about to get another E-Tank off of Bomb Guardian. I did not see, by the way, what was in Crossroads. Let me get my almighty high-definition Twitch playback on hand.
Ooh.
Well, there's our last Aegon key.
Yeah, we know where the tree is. And did we have a Morbius in Logic? Problem right now is that they don't have either Seekers, Light Beam, or Super Missiles. Not even Boost Ball. So Morbius is, I mean, what we can say, the hardest possible it can be.
Just about. We got Gravity Boost in Mineshaft, though. That will make Torvus a lot easier when we do cross that Great Bridge.
Indeed. So they do for Morbius, they do have two E-Tanks, which makes things not as bad as they could be.
It's about what they would have. It's about what you're expected to have in vanilla, pretty much.
We have Light Beam in vanilla, so that makes the fight considerably easier.
Yeah, the downside to knowing that Amber is like behind a boss, this means you're not going to be able to get hints until after that boss either. And the hints have proven many times to be the ultimate lifesavers in this tournament. Oh yeah, we haven't seen mining station access yet, and it contains more missiles. All right, I'm calling it now. I'm on a roll. I'm calling it now. Boost Ball is in Sand Cache.
That's rude.
Alright, ZChaotix is going to take a better look at Mining
That
Plaza.
seems like missiles.
Definitely looks more like a missile. And Chad points out that Crash did pick up Cannonball in Transport B access on the first pass, so Crash is going to hold on to it for now. And as we've mentioned before, with Screw Attack, it's easy to avoid the majority of the cannons right now. The one that's going to be the biggest pain in the backside is Portal Access A. You're going to have to walk the long way to get back to Portal Terminal.
Oh, right now, where can progression be? Our next progression can be.
Just about anywhere in labs, really.
Yeah. Anywhere in labs or in a Morbius, actually, which is fun.
Yeah, we could still have progression in Sand Cache at this point.
That's actually right now the only thing that Amber gives us, so I don't understand if they don't want you to.
Yeah, I think Crash is just coming to the realization that Amber Translator is on a Morbus.
Very much so.
Oh, and I blinked and I missed what was in Central Mining Station. To the playback.
Looked like something?
It looks like a green object, so it was either a Morph Ball related upgrade, or Grapple, or maybe a Sky Temple key. I'm not 100% sure. That's definitely a Sky Temple key in Command Center, though.
Command Center, sure, Sky Temple key. And meanwhile, Command Center didn't look like Sky Temple key, but did have some kind of glow. So
Yeah, Command Center had the Sky Temple key. I'm wondering what this is. Yeah, that's definitely a major upgrade.
doesn't look like sweet or anything.
It doesn't look like grapple. It's too thin. It's probably a morph ball system.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
definitely probably spider.
Spider ball.
That makes a lot of sense because spider really does you a few favors in labs, just letting you. Ooh, life support system in battleground, just letting you get out of labs from main reactor.
Interesting. Is there any kind of beginner trick to climb this room? I think there is, right, with screw attack.
This room, I'm not 100% sure.
Central mining station, because that is
true, actually. Assuming there is no. Yeah,
Let me check the randomizer, because I think the screw attack might be in logic.
Yeah, when it comes to like true knowledge of logic, that I'm gonna leave that to you, for sure.
Yeah, because normally that would be light beam or spider ball to get the item, but
yeah, and bomb space jumps are not in logic in these settings, so it's also possible we could just have light beam chilling in storage B or something. Could also be chilling in storage D, too. Chat saying light beam and sand cache.
yeah, light beam is going to be required because the standable terrain in Central Mining Station seems to be intermediate.
So it's not expected in the beginnable standable terrain.
Yep.
Ooh, I don't think ZChaotix meant to burn that power bomb there. Yeah, much like Frigate Crash Site, there's like a dozen ways to get up this room. Alright, Crash picking up his third Aegon key in the Aegon Energy Controller. I definitely absolutely said beginnable standable terrain, chat. You're absolutely right. Didn't even realize what I said until after I said it.
Well, it could be a beginnable. I think we could argue that like maybe we can bring that one down to beginner, but that's for later.
Yeah, just another advantage you're seeing with the screw attack, being able to navigate labs, just get around gaps without having to go all the way around. Lovely bomb slot collision. GameCube Prime, folks. Alright, it sounds like whatever is in here is an item and not a key. Let's see. It is yellow/orange. I would appreciate if this flying pirate wasn't yanking around so much. Looked like a missile tank.
Yeah, seems like a missile tank. Not supers because it has some kind of glow all around it.
Yeah, supers don't glow nearly as much as a missile tank. It also looks like ZChaotix is going straight for the reactor side platforms. Yeah, he's setting them up to bust out of here the normal way.
He's doing 3 pillars on the side. Interesting.
Ah, taking advantage of just getting up to the middle one with a screw attack.
You don't need to lower the 3 levels on the third pillar. There's a standable terrain on the corner, which is very simple to use.
Yeah, it's just low enough to be able to catch with a space jump. ZChaotix just getting past the yeet beams in time. Alright, Crash, meanwhile, is going to go ahead and grab Spider Ball.
Yeah, what Crash just did is the send the rain that we were talking about.
But it looks like Crash does still have to destroy the debris. Now, that life support system in Battleground could be just about anything E-Tank or suit at this point, too. And the audio cue suggests that it is an item in here in sand processing as well. There's a very distinct hum between keys and items. Keys have a more consistent tone, while the regular items sort of pitch upwards gradually. Alright, so ZChaotix is electing to do the bomb space jump method to climb sand processing without boost ball.
A rather precise trick, but ZChaotix nails it.
Well done.
Crosses one of the worst tunnels in the game.
Yeah, I've been talking with other folks about it. I think it has something to do with the fact that that part of that pipe, for whatever reason, gets interpreted as the half pipe, where your controls lock up for a split second. That is a visor upgrade. That would be Echo.
Nice. Don't think that's remotely useful anytime soon.
Not right at the moment. Although, once we get Light Beam, it will put Hive Gyro into play. Actually, we still need Boost as well. And hello, you say goodbye, I say hello, Dark Samus.
No, Hive Gyro, those... Hive Gyro Chamber does enter logic.
And that is not what we're looking for. That's Sonic Boom and Storage D. So that's it for labs, actually. We can't do anything else here.
Oh, it can always be the wonderful, lovely vanilla light beam.
Entirely possible. Looks like a light ammo tank in main reactor. And another life support system in Dark Oasis, so that has to be an energy tank. Either that or light suit's not required.
Yes.
Looks like Crash is trying to do some collision shenanigans to try and get that missile tank, but didn't quite work out. Now, here's the funniest thing. If Doomed Entry or Vanilla Light Beam turn out not to work out, ZChaotix can just safety save and go right to Amorphous. Because...
It seems to be his play.
Yeah, that's some really heads-up consideration of the starting position as well. So runners are making very good of their use of their situational awareness right now.
That looks like more expansions. Okay.
Alright, ZChaotix will make the full loop.
That is a very annoying distance to walk for the vanilla light beam.
Yeah, the only way this will be a little less... Ooh, I did not know a single dart beam shot could destroy the door and the phazon canister in one shot. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
To answer your question, chat, our starting area today is the portal terminal in Dark Aegon.
Hey, ZChaotix finally saved. Maybe he's planning to save war, reset the game if there is nothing. With the lightning in cache 1.
If it ends up being a vanilla light beam here, the one thing that could be a sort of lucky break later is if in cache 2 is required, because going around from the in cache 1 side to in cache 2 is a lot less of a pain in the backside than going from the Dark Oasis side. Looks like Crash has also successfully picked up Echo Visor. And will proceed to annihilate Dark Samus. Wait, he doesn't have that beam. No, I'm kidding.
Well, then, exploding with power.
Alright, so yeah, at this point, if in-cache 1 doesn't have Vanilla Light Beam, we have probably progression on Amorbus, because without Light Beam, we're actually locked out of a lot of checks. We can't do Vent Area A. We can't go to we can't go to Hall of Honor Dead. To that neck of the woods. And that is not Vanilla Light Beam, so that is safe bet. We've got progression behind Sand Cache now. ZChaotix just taking the faster way to warp to start, or warp to the save station.
Very fair. Oh, we could also have something on Dark Missile Trooper.
That is true. Dark Missile Trooper has been left out, unfortunately, just because of how late a method to get through Bomb Guardian's room was.
Oh, and also Jeff MC ship.
Oh yeah, those could actually be nasty locations right now.
Yeah, those are very advanced. Oh.
But yeah, ZChaotix is going to do a warp to start here to basically get right to Amorbus.
I think Phasing Grounds could also be something, but I don't think they have the health for it.
Well, they don't have, but they might have, it's doable with 2 or 3 energy tanks, but the problem is if there's no light beam in there, they're stuck.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so they still really don't have a safe way back.
Wind Chamber Gateway could be just helpful to do, but also not in logic right now, because no main PBs.
Yeah, Crash checked it already too, and it's just another energy tank. But ZChaotix is going to make a quick pit stop to grab the Sky Temple key. Not a bad idea.
So, progressions we are looking for into one of these 3 locations we were talking about is Black Light Beam unlocks a lot of stuff. Super Missiles also unlocks quite a bit. I think it also unlocks Torvos.
Super missiles by themselves will only really give us Storage C and Warrior's Walk. Because by themselves, we still need Light Beam to get to by logic to get to the meeting ground side of Temple Grounds.
You can get there from landing site because they have screw attack.
That is true. There's also a slope jump you can do. That's the method I prefer these days.
Boost Ball, I think, gives them nothing.
We've seen sand processing already, so the only thing Boost Ball could give them is Crossroads if it was something important, but I didn't see what it was. But yeah, unfortunately, we basically have to deal with this fight in the most painful way possible, since there is, since we have no Light Beam, no Super Missiles, no Secret Missiles, as you said earlier.
Yep.
I don't think ZChaotix is too worried. ZChaotix is a very good Echoes racer.
The biggest problem is it becomes a little bit more harder to avoid the affectionately cloud warm rave.
Oh yeah. It's fairly like we'll see it here, unless ZChaotix does some nice Amorbus swipe manipulation here. Crash being reminded that Cannonball does not break items that are weak to Boost Ball.
There is the Brave. Crash getting the reminder that Amorbus is in logic.
Yeah, so far our runner's not really too far split in terms of their armaments and equipment. The only difference between the two is one missile tank to one energy tank.
And Cannonball.
And a cannonball, which actually could be a bit of a break for Crash. Although without a easy way to kill the other head, it's a lot less likely.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to do the warp escape we thought.
The nice thing about this fight is missile conservation is really not that big a deal because Amorbus just goes just drops things all over the place. The worms are not cooperating with ZChaotix here. They're all flying around the backside of the arena. Now the question becomes, is this going to end up being like a late fall seed where it's just spaghetti your way through Aegon to fight Amorbus and then everything shows up in Torvis? I hope that's not the case. I hope we get a little bit more excitement this time around.
If as soon as they get Ember, that's very much just Sandy Cash. And fair.
I'm just wondering what's in Sandcash at this point.
Light Beam's gonna be give us Sank, Spider's Treasure in particular.
Yeah, Light Beam's the big one for sure.
Oh, actually, that doesn't give us Spider's Treasure. Well, kinda, but no BB, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, unless main power bombs are just chilling in ventilation area A.
Look here.
One worm fight starts, the other ends.
Look here with just the perfect Aegon hint predictions. Where was Aegon Key 2? Was it in
Aegon Energy Controller.
Okay, so the hint for Aegon Keys would say Aegon and Dark Aegon.
Yeah. ZChaotix choosing not to take the energy, so yeah, there couldn't have been anything important in Mining Plaza at this point.
Yeah. Well, if there were, it was in logic already, because they have Screw Attack and Echo Visor.
That's pretty crazy, actually. Crash must have picked the one magical pixel that did not have Worm Brave vulnerability in that force field. That is very clever. Chica is guarding the Sunburst. Well, we're not seeing that today.
Very much no.
That is a good hint to find, though, if you're the runners at this point.
Yes.
You already had to fight one boss for what we suspected we're like 99.9% sure is progression.
Yeah, the hints are kinda hinted when they're placed by logic, so sometimes it's a good idea that's gonna be needed.
Morbus is guarding the Amber Translator. Thanks, game. We couldn't have figured it out the easy way.
We have already half the way.
And
oh, here's
there you
Light
go.
Beam.
Light Beam and Sand Cache. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and tack a Morbus on that list right away. Should have done this like 20 minutes ago, but oh well.
So...
It's like we said, folks, we love our comedy here on these Echoes Rando races.
And ZChaotix is straight to ventilation area. We have 2 items, one is not in logic, but who cares? Except of course if it's something big. Doesn't seem like it.
Oh, more light ammo. Gee, wish we had that 5 minutes ago. This is just not a nice seed. We had a nice start, but not a nice seed.
I wonder if ZChaotix is gonna go for Sank.
Oh, and that is Boost Ball. Okay.
That puts into logic Sank entrance.
Yeah, it does. We can, not into full logic without main power bombs, but we could do it.
Oh, fair enough. No power bombs.
We'll see, though, what the story is with the way into Sanctuary once we do receive, see Spider's Treasure, because if main power bombs are in Sank, then you're expected to go in through Sank entrance with Dark Visor and Seekers, neither of which, for the record, we have seen yet. Alright, so Crash has now dealt with the Morbus and will be, at the very least, picking up Light Beam. That appears to be a missile in Hall of Honor dead. Now, this checking Hazing Cliff is doable and in logic with this amount of energy. Well, in logic with main power bombs, but is doable with this amount of energy, but it's a little tough. Screw Attack does help a little, though. I don't know if ZChaotix saved recently.
Certainly not after a Morbus, so they don't want to die.
Okay, does get a Screw Attack off. Yeah, he's fine.
So they could go in deeper into Sank, actually, because they have Spider Ball and a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if they want to.
Yeah, there's a few checks they can make. They can get to Watch Station. They can check Cat West. They can check Vault.
They can warp to start.
Yeah, they could theoretically do a full loop all the way down to Reactor Core. Ooh, we're gonna get to see a Mining Plaza hint, though. I don't think we've seen this yet. The Morph Ball system is in. That's gonna be the hint for Boost Ball, and Crash does not know about that yet, so Crash will make way to that immediately.
Yep.
After giving up Cannonball to Mining Station access.
But that's fine.
I think he meant to do that, though, considering he ended up getting the missile tank. And since Chica is dead, Cannonball's really not going to do us that much good beyond this point. That and Crash is about to get Boost Ball, so losing the boost effect from Cannonball is not going to be too consequential, as Chad points out.
Yeah. Pretty much so. Interesting. Nars Sanctuary and Nars Tarvos are right now in logic, because they don't have power bombs or a suite.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if maybe do we have Vanilla Seekers? Although that's not really gonna... Actually, if we do have Vanilla Seekers, that makes our way into Torvis through Underground Tunnel. Crash is also going to make the voyage to check the Aegon energy controller hints, so this is more new information.
Yeah, ZChaotix didn't go for it.
Come on, Aegon key hints. Aegon key hints. Oh, the Hive Temple keys.
Hive Temple keys.
I don't think we have to worry about that, though, at this point. They have screw attack, so they can BSJ SA around the keys, even if Quad is Vanilla Annihilator. Which apparently has showed up in one of the tournament matches that I didn't get to see. Wasn't required, but apparently it happened. I'm wondering if we have supers on either the ship or Dark Missile Trooper at this point.
Yeah, we'll pretty much have it being something. Or power bombs. Could also be power bombs.
It could be main power bombs. I'm just trying to think what main power bombs by themselves would get us. It would get a Sank entrance, for one thing.
So it would give us Sanctuary by itself.
That's true. The rest of Sank Spider side, that's very true. Alright, let's see what Crash decides to do. Crash is thinking about it for a second. Looks like he's going to check Spider's treasure as well.
Playing of Dark Worship didn't seem to have anything relevant.
Yeah, and even with ZChaotix's current equipment, Screw Attack is not by any stretch of the imagination. Screw Attack 2 E-Tanks is not by any stretch of the imagination good enough to go get that. You need at least 4.
I think 3 is fine if Screw Attack can boost.
3 is fine if and only if you're perfect with your Screw Attack.
But yeah, they're certainly not gonna care.
Yeah, because you basically need the extra resistance provided by Screw Attack to make it through those Ink Claws without Dark Suit.
Oh yeah, Facing Ground is now perfectly in logic, I think. Oh, maybe not if the E-Tanks.
I think 3 E-Tanks is more than enough, because 3 E-Tanks amounts to just slightly over 1 minute of Dark Aether time.
Not the chip. And ZChaotix not happy.
So the ship wasn't one of our valuable one-off checks. Right.
So Dark Missile Trooper, and what else could it be?
Alright, Crash is electing to skip the Hazing Cliff item this time.
But yeah, I think.
Yeah, in a rare twist of events, Spider's treasure was a dud today.
But yeah, I think Vanilla Seekers is a fairly tempting option. Dark Side Trooper or Vanilla Seekers? Vanilla Seekers coming down from the meeting grounds elevator. That's something.
You can either go from either way. You can go from meeting grounds or landing site at this point. Now that we have light beam, I would rather go from landing site just to check the what's it called?
They don't have supers.
They don't have supers, but they can easily screw attack into the. They could screw it, and I suspect they know how to screw attack into the tunnel to receive to get to meeting grounds from Hall of Honor.
Sure. Oh, Crash is going to show us more of Sanctuary.
Yeah, Crash did show us that it was an energy tank in the tunnel and a missile-related upgrade in Hive Dynamo work, so we don't have to worry about that. Although, strangely enough, that missile-related upgrade very well could be Seeker missiles.
Yes.
Highly unlikely, but it is possible.
We've had that in the recent race.
Oh, did we?
Yes, I think it was the race with Bellator and... forgot. Who else?
Yeah, admittedly, I haven't gotten a chance to watch a good chunk of the Week 2 races, so my knowledge of any particularly trolly events is not particularly widespread. But yeah, the screw attack into tunnel would be perfectly in bounds, and there's like two ways to get out of Hall of Honor Dead without super missiles to go to meeting grounds. Either a screw attack into the tunnel or a very precise space jump instant morph. But Crash is going to continue all the way through Sank here. Probably stop the gyro. Airy is in it's not in logic, but it is in play.
Well, if their access to here is from with the power bombs, then Airy would be in logic.
That is true. Meeting grounds hint informs us that a suit can be found in Sky Temple grounds. That's a couple of places. I don't know if
War Ritual grounds.
Could be War Ritual grounds, in which case we're still looking for Dark Visor Seekers. It could be Defiled Shrine, in which case we only need Supers and Dark Visor. Either way, we need a missile upgrade and Dark Visor.
Yeah, we need the Dark Visor anyway.
It could be Phazon grounds, because to my understanding, I think it was brought up in a previous race, the energy tank requirements change drastically if it turns out a suit is in the destination area.
Yeah, that's very much so. Oh, and that would be in logic, because 2 energy tanks is very much enough to get there. And that could be their access to Torvus. Except that it seems like Vanilla Seekers.
It's totally Vanilla Seekers. That's like the second or third time that's happened this tournament. Ay, ay, ay. I called that too, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm not sure if this could be defined as me having a good day or a bad day.
But yeah, this is...
I think this actually was pretty much the only logical, well, besides Dark Missile Trooper, was pretty much the only logical available item.
Well, the suite in the facing ground is also logical.
Assuming the suit is in Phazon grounds.
Yeah.
I can't remember, what did the Cursed Lakes hint say? Was it life support or was it beam related?
I don't really remember.
Alright, Defiled Shrine is a key. That could very well just be Sky Temple Key 9. Which, if that's the case, that's practically best case scenario. So what Crash is doing here is electing to use the Resbit as standable terrain to escape Sanctuary Temple access. Nicely done. Took a couple of tries, but still nicely done. Crash will most likely venture through to Watch Station now with this equipment.
Oh, Dark Missile Trooper had something.
Oh. Well, Dark Visor Seekers, we now have a easy way into Phazon grounds. And furthermore, we can now proceed through Sanctuary.
Indeed. So we have both access to Tarvus and Sanctuary.
So now, oh wait, no, we still need main power bombs, but now Airy could very well be in Logic. Power bombs could very well be in Sanctuary.
And now they have pretty much almost all the progression.
Yeah, that is actually very true. We're not missing a whole lot of unique items now. We're missing Cobalt, the suits, Annihilator, and Supers.
Dark Phazon doesn't do much without Seekers, but they do enough. Like, they do open the flying caches, like for example in Battleground.
Yeah, and actually with the suit in Sky Temple grounds hint, we might just actually have a suit chilling in War Ritual grounds now. With a key, a Sky Temple key and Defiled Shrine. We haven't seen any other red key hints. Oh, we saw the Hive Temple key hints, but I didn't get a chance to read them clearly. Alright, Let's see where ZChaotix decides to take this, because with Boost and Seeker, ZChaotix has Torvus access.
Yeah, orbital ground will need Seekers as well, but the Dark Landing site doesn't. Yeah, it's a few places.
Actually, Defiled
Recommend
Shrine's out
options.
of... I just realized Defiled Shrine is out of play anyway, because we still need super missiles.
Yeah.
Light ammo tank in Watch Station.
Crash is not having such a good look with these checks.
Yeah,
So
this
it's...
is... even though we know that there is, this is logical, this is now logical, this Sank play has been pretty barren again.
Yep. There's gonna be the Tarfus with everything, yet again.
It's certainly looking like it at this rate. I didn't see what was on the far side of aerial training site, but it looks like it wasn't of any interest to Crash. But it was an energy tank up top, which Crash will certainly take without a suit. Alright, so is there progression in Underground Tunnel today? I am now tracking Underground Tunnel from, basically from Week 2 onwards, so we'll see. Wasn't a whole lot of required Underground Tunnels last time, but, well, it's a Sky Temple key, so I guess that counts.
It's an interesting Temple key. Very likely we have super soon.
There's another suit one room away from bioenergy production, and the other suit is in Storage C.
Yep. So 2 hints for 2 suits. So are we gonna see something locked by light suit?
We could have a key in Feeding Pit at this rate.
Very likely a key somewhere locked by light suit. ZChaotix granting us the validation. Yes.
Ah, the meme item of Prime 2. In Prime 1, it's Grapple Beam. In Prime 2, it's the Energy Transfer Module. In Prime 3, it's actually the PED suit. The PED suit by itself doesn't actually do anything. Technically, the item that gives you Hyper Mode is called Hyper Mode. Reactor Core has more light ammo. We've been getting an awful lot of that today. Now, Crash has already given up Cannonball, so doesn't have to worry about accidentally sailing out of bounds here in Mini Gyro Chamber.
I absolutely never done that. Never. No. Never happened.
But yeah, with our current equipment, actually without Supers does lock out the entirety of Lower Torvus, but it also makes routing through Torvus a little wonky too, because Dark Upper Torvus, you have to go through Putrid Alcove to get to Venomous Pond.
I just want to tell. Oh. Yeah, one suite is locked by supers. So. And the other suite could very likely also be locked by supers. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that is a good point. We have yeah, I'm just curious to know where the other suit is, because it's either, at this point, the only other 2 spots the suit can be are, I'm thinking Phazon Grounds, not Defiled Shrine, we already confirmed that, Orbital Grounds, Phazon Grounds, can't be Ing Reliquary, can't be Plane of Dark Warship, a Curse Lake's not energy related, or life support related. So yeah, I think Light Suit, or the other suit, can only be in War Ritual or Phazon Grounds. Oh. I guess ZChaotix saw the item and thought it was junk, so never mind.
Oh yeah, the Cloud Shine is a key, so...
Oh, it was a red
It's a
key,
key,
okay.
No, it's a key, and I'm not too sure.
If it was a red key, then that's not important at this point, because we know Chica is dead, and we can absolutely get to quad without Annihilator at this point. Or without Hive keys, I should say.
I can't really remember right now, so... oof.
Alright, that is another missile tank in Forgotten Bridge, with another Sky Temple key in Abandoned Work Site. This is getting suspiciously easy.
But yeah, ignoring hints, the in Keybearer hints, the Dark a suite could be either two locations are super locked. One they could have access, and the other they already have access. One other is Annihilator locked, and the last one is Light Suite locked. So these are the possible locations for the suite. I think sure.
Alright, we're gonna get our Torvis temple check here. And what is that down there? I can't tell. ZChaotix won't look down.
Seems like a burger.
It did look too big to be super missiles, so safe bet. Oh yeah, that's definitely a burger. That was a very good pirate fight.
Doesn't glow, so...
Well, I guess that's it for our, that's honestly, there's not a whole heck of a lot else we can do here in Torvis. The rest of Dark Torvis is, well, actually, no, the whole underground tunnel and Boost Guardian side is open. But that's it, only Boost Guardian. That's all that's left in logic for Upper Torvis. Never mind!
Here's supers.
This is actually a great spot to get them, because ZChaotix is right next door to checking hints.
Yeah.
Hasn't even checked Path of Roots yet, which is also another very commonplace progression has been lately. Now, there's Grapple, though.
Nice grapple.
Ooh, Poison Bog is a key. That might be what we need Light Suit for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We found another interesting proximity hint earlier, didn't we? Besides
We found
the Amber
two
hint.
so far. The Amber hint and then the Suit hint.
Oh yeah, the Suit and Storage C, that's right.
The ZChaotix not even checked Path of Roots.
That is true. ZChaotix decided to walk past that. Well, to be fair, ZChaotix can just grab that on the way out. Or after save scumming, because I assume ZChaotix is going to save scum these hints. Unless a suit just happens to be chilling in War Ritual grounds.
Which is very likely, I think.
Alright, Crash has now picked up Dark Visor. Hydro Chamber Storage contains the Annihilator Beam.
Ooh. We have +1 in Alpha Block?
We'll see. All depends on these key hints at this point, because at this point, that's, besides Cobalt Translator, that's knowledge of all of our major items. But we know Cobalt Translator can't lead to anything important beyond this point besides the Sky Temple key. If it's on, like, Spider Guardian directly or in Sank Map.
Are we saying that it has to be these? Luckily not, but
Looks like our suit is not in War Ritual grounds.
interesting. So
It's probably in Phazon grounds at this point.
yeah,
ZChaotix does still have to watch his health, because with 5 keys remaining, you definitely want to make sure you have at least, I would say, around 120 energy before going to them in time. $310 should be enough to make it.
fine. Especially with screw attack.
Yeah, you can at least throw yourself into the light field here to, stop the bleeding for a split second, as the saying goes.
No final bosses today.
Yeah, no final bosses, but let's see where these last few keys are. New window in Notepad, Transit Tunnel East. Under Temple Access, that's free. Cache B, that's free.
Let's see.
Fortress
Light suit?
Transport Access, there's the light suit. Torvis Energy Controller. We're basically done here. We just basically need to figure out where in Dark Sky Temple grounds has light suit, and that's it. Which, at this point, I think it basically has to be Phazon grounds.
To answer the question from the chat, yeah, Great Temple is separated from Temple Grounds, and not just that, Temple Grounds is separated from Sky Temple Grounds. So that's very different. Oh, and Crash is finding his Seekers. Yes, there's a suite in Star C.
Oh, chat brings up a good point. If the suit is in Profane Path, we need Annihilator Beam.
Very much so, yes.
Ooh, yeah, that'll complicate things, actually. That actually, I didn't consider Profane Path. Yeah, that throws a giant unknown into the works.
I'd say that it's unlikely.
Yeah, because the game is already throwing Light Suit to be required for Fortress Transport access, so why not just, add insult to injury and make it needed for, make Alpha Blog needed for, to get it in the first place. But yeah, ZChaotix at this point is just about in no mode. Nice Echo Visor hint. Although, to be fair, if you got Boost Ball late and didn't go back for sand processing, you would like to see that hint. Although, the only reason Echo Visor could be required at this point is if that last suit is in Profane Path. Profane Path would actually be, routing-wise, the best place for Light Suit, if that is the case, because then you can go to... you're right next to Fortress Transport access. But that is, of course, assuming it's in Profane Path. Or Phazon grounds. If it's anywhere in that neighborhood, our runners are in business.
This is an interesting hint for Echo Visor. Because if it's, like, logically placed here, the Echo Visor, it means that, like, we had an Annihilator placed and Echo Visor, which kind of may mean that Seekers, the suite, was placed after this shoe. So it's more like don't think, like trying to think too much behind the placement of the hints is tricky. So I'd say that yeah, going down there and getting Annihilator seems like a good play.
It does, and you have to go to Under Temple access anyway to pick up a Sky Temple key and Transport Tunnel East. So yeah, ZChaotix only has 4 more keys to go, 2 of which are, or 1 of which he's coming up on in Cache B. So I guess that means we can rule out power bombs being needed for this seed as well.
Very much so, yeah.
We could actually have power bombs behind themselves in Putrid Alcove right now.
And there's also that, like, Sanctuary was very much empty.
Yeah, Sanctuary was I don't even see a Sky Temple key in there at this point with my list. That
Nope.
was completely pointless.
ZChaotix didn't go to Sank, and there were no hints there.
I just know that I'm going to be taking this into heart when I go into my Week 3 race. I'm not going to dip Sank, and it's going to be important. I just know that's going to happen. If not this week, then at least in one of the other 2 rounds. That's key 6 for ZChaotix. Alright, Crash is making the way through Torvis. Just entering, so we'll be stumbling upon super missiles relatively soon. So the key... Oh, there's main power bombs. It was right there.
Well,
ZChaotix just didn't look down.
Very much so, yeah. That could have been very bad for... I'd say. Well, actually not. Because they have power bombs.
Yeah, given the settings today, and given that power bombs aren't even needed for anything, it's a safe bet that that could have been easily skippable today. So, but yeah, power bombs were in play from Gravity Boost, which was chilling in Mine Shaft. So that was actually a very low sphere main power bombs by comparison to where everything else is. Oh, and the Path of Roots hint says Violet translators in Aegon. Thanks, game.
Very good hint. I like it. Yep.
Now at this point, unless like a random hint pops up, there really isn't anything that could help isolate Light Suit for Sky Temple Grounds at this point, right? Since it's already been hinted. More Dark Ammo Tank for ZChaotix. Fun fact about those spiky poison creatures in this room that ZChaotix is in, Cannonball makes them flinch, but it does not do damage. Well, all the Dark Torvis keys are in Torvis. Thanks, hint.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, so do you think, is there any way that a hint can still point to Light Suit beyond this point, since both runners already found it?
Nope.
No, so basically no way, unless Light Suit the other suit is used as a proxy hint to somewhere else.
Maybe that, but
like for example that the Cobalt translator is 2 rooms away from a suit. That would help isolate the suit to either Phazon Grounds or Profane Path. That's 2 rooms, right? Yeah, 2 rooms.
yeah, it could only ever be that, but Very much unlikely.
Well, let's see. Base jump is in Temple Grounds. Thanks, game. Oh, there's one of the Torvis keys. And ZChaotix is not even going to bother checking Training Chamber. Sorry, Gathering Hall. I get these two mixed up all the time. It's way easier in Prime 1. Alright, Crash has now picked up very convenient French vanilla super missiles. Alright, ZChaotix is taking a save here. Probably just for a health refill. Which leads me to suspect he might be going to Alpha Block. But yeah, it looks like ZChaotix is going to at least grab the temple key. We'll see what happens afterwards.
Interesting going here first. Yeah, fair enough. Doesn't just drip in and out. Doesn't really matter otherwise.
Yeah, because save warping in this instance actually isn't really that much faster because it ends up taking... Save warping here takes you to Dark Aegon. So in this case, doing Alpha Blog for Annihilator first, skipping it and then getting under Temple Access, and then save warping really won't work out as well. And we know there's nothing left in Aegon at this point. But yeah, I guess ZChaotix is just going to be half safe than half sure here. Grab Annihilator. I always get the location of where to BSJ for this to be finicky. I always am either too far to the one side or I end up bonking on the platform. But yeah, this is still a great skip for sure. But yeah, I can see why ZChaotix elected to save here just in case. Took a hit there, but manages to get out. Nicely done. Crash, meanwhile, on the way to retrieve hints. It should be noted, Crash.
Sure.
Go on.
Ooh, shooting the stars there. Skipping off block is one of the most rewarding things to do in this game because you're getting out of the terrible fight.
Yeah, and that's assuming you didn't get the air underwater to... that, by the way, is going to be a Hive Temple key. Yeah, unless you do the air underwater between Hydro Chamber Storage and the boss fight room, because that is a thing that can be done. But it's basically only faster if you get it in like 1 or 2 tries. But yeah, ZChaotix is going to save warp. Let's see how he chooses to handle this, because this is going to launch him back to Dark Aegon.
This could be very much a check for Storage C.
That probably is exactly what it is.
Yeah. Actually, we just realized that our runners could have did a wall crawl around for the transport access to avoid the light suit.
Oh, for Fortress Transport access.
Not sure if either of the runners know how to do it, but
I certainly don't.
Yeah.
I guess ZChaotix is just going to take a quick peek at Warrior's Walk, just in case. Although we know this can't be pretty much can't be anything at this point, besides the other Inghive key, it looks like. Although there is another Inghive key, I think, still missing. Oh no, it's in poisoned, oh no, the Dark Torvus, so that could be a Torvus key.
Yeah. Oh yeah, based on comment on chat, yeah, with Light Suit, 4 tanks is more than enough for the final bosses. I think for most everyone that's playing.
Yeah, in this case, final bosses aren't even on, so the extra tanks aren't going to really matter that much, but if final bosses were on, 4 tanks Light Suit would be very safe.
I think the walk crawl around GFMC, yeah. GFMC is a terrible room to walk around because it's just too big. So it's not an easy one. I think especially because you have to start it in the elevator to Sacred Bridge. Yeah, so yeah, it's something.
Yeah, again, I'm not familiar with the GFMC out of bounds, so I can't vouch for how effective or tough it is to play.
I've never done it myself, but I've watched some people do it, and it doesn't seem like fun. Especially if you make a mistake and then you fall to your doom.
Oh yeah. Alright, so Crash has retrieved all the Sky Temple key hints and is returning through Torvus.
Nicely done by ZChaotix.
Indeed. That was a little bit of a tight jump there, but we'll walk out of there with a suit.
Nice.
That's some very impressive use of screw attack height there. Crash, meanwhile, using slope jump screw attack to get to the top of Great Bridge. Which, that's definitely one you want to keep an eye out for, because that is a trick that is in logic in these settings.
Nicely done as well. Oh. ZChaotix warping from here?
I think it actually might be faster to get to the south end of Aegon from this area.
Might be, yeah.
Because then you just have to go through the portal and presto, you're 3 rooms away from the elevator. Three very fast rooms away from the elevator. But Crash, assuming he has the knowledge of the suits, is just about in the same position ZChaotix is. It's just that ZChaotix has gone so much further ahead and found Vanilla Seekers a lot earlier. Both of them, there really wasn't any room for divert. Oh, well, Crash's big divergence was going through Sank, but it had absolutely nothing.
None of the 3 keys hints were life support related, so it didn't. ZChaotix, I think, he already checked Plane of Dark Worship, so it's not there either.
Yeah, Z definitely checked Plane of Dark Worship.
So it is indeed Profane Path or Facing Grounds.
Yeah, which is, again, that's very convenient, just because it basically puts you right next to Fortress Transport Access when you bust out.
Yeah, especially because they have Dark Visor, so they can lower that gate. Otherwise, it would be the opposite.
Exactly. This seed I would describe as convenient, for the most part. You know, it was pretty easy to deduce that Amber was on a Morbis. The game literally tossed the keys to you. And that's going to be...
Getting the sweet hint.
Yeah, I can't remember where the other suit hint was. I want to say it was an Emerald hint. Oh, Meeting Grounds. Okay, yeah, so he has that hint. Now, ZChaotix really wanted to. He never duped that second power bomb. Could pick up an extra.
I think he did, no?
I didn't see him do it.
I think he did it later.
Okay. All right, let's see if Alpha Blog was in fact required for Profane Path Light Suit. Oh, and chat's also confirming that he duped the bomb.
I wonder what's faster to do first, Profane Path or Physical Grounds?
I think Profane Path just because you're already here.
But result is low check. Well, but the ZChaotix does it quite nicely.
And it is not here.
No Alpha Blog for us in the checklist.
Okay. So it looks like the only boss I've tacked on here today was a Morbus and Underground Tunnel.
So Sweet was very much there in logic when we got the hint. And could have been our entry for Taurus.
It could have been. Either way, we would have still needed Amber Translator, and plus Amber had Light Beam anyway, so... which led to Boost, which we needed for... something. ZChaotix again reminding us that Phazon containers are dangerous. Should also be noted that suits do not improve resistance to damage in this game, or to physical damage, only to Dark World damage. It still was definitely not a bad idea, because had Z gone to this without Annihilator, and it was indeed in Profane Path, that would have been just terrible.
No, definitely a good idea to do this. Should get Annihilator.
And yep, just like clockwork, ZChaotix is right next door to Fortress Transport access.
I don't think he lowered the gate, moved the block in Bethel.
I don't think so either, so ZChaotix is going to have to go the long way. Or just use Great Temple. Which, I think that would be the faster way at this point. In fact, it's definitely the faster way. Actually, no, ZChaotix hasn't moved the... oh wait, no, he's coming from Emerald, never mind. And yeah, I think ZChaotix also noticed, also realized that the block was not removed either, so...
The gate is lower, so it's faster to go across the big secret of the bridge or whatever.
That is true.
Minor time saves.
Yeah, this is going to just take ZChaotix right into the portal, so... Alright, Crash, meanwhile, is continuing to pick up the lower Torvis keys. Transit East is his first stop. So yeah, really, after Sank, the two runners effectively just essentially played the game as Simon says. Because there really wasn't a whole... I mean, there was that check to Sank, but that was technically out of logic until we had Torvis access, so... It really was just a game of one after the other here for the logic for the seed.
At the moment when Crash did the Sank checks, he was out of logic, but then Seekers and Darkvisor were in logic at that moment. So it was a fair play.
Certainly. Seekers and Dark were in logic, and technically, Power Bombs were in logic too, because they were just chilling in Torvus Lagoon, so...
Oh, but they didn't have super, so they wouldn't have been able to leave Sank at Arvus.
Logically, you could have had Dark Suit.
But if you think you still can't leave Torvus. Oh, ZChaotix, please.
He's gonna have a little fun with us here.
I think someone in chat is having fun with this.
Yeah, it turns out these locks are, for whatever reason, vulnerable to screw attack.
That's enough. I mean, there's a race and needs to be.
But yeah, ZChaotix is about to cross the finish line here.
And GG for ZChaotix.
Yep. ZChaotix will finish in first place with official race time GG of time of 1:35:03. Crash will be entering a DNF at this time. GG's to both of our runners for putting on a fantastic show for us here this afternoon. We will be trying to get both of our runners in here for an interview momentarily.
Yeah. And this was.
Yeah, both runners played really well, especially in terms of movement. They both had very little issue getting through places. They both did task jump fairly quickly for a space jump.
Yep, no, everything was pretty nice. I think the biggest issue was indeed Crash's play of Sanctuary, which sadly had nothing.
Yeah, as we have seen many times before, it is that one magic decision that will decide things. We are now joined by both of our runners here in the booth. GG's to both of you.
Hey, I got paid by Sank.
GG Crash.
Yeah, good game. It was kind of it was basically a 2.2 seed, where
Yeah,
which I don't really like seeing, because having absolutely nothing in Sank is just lame.
There was that week, a couple weeks ago that I participated in where Sank had nothing, and I got burned by checking everything there.
yeah, it's happened a few times. A couple of times last week we've had besides Keys, Baron sank. It's been showing up a little bit lately, but why don't we go roll back a bit and talk about Amber Translator on a Morbus?
Yeah, that was pretty rude.
It could have been worse, but it was not fun having to missile and charge beam him.
Yeah, that was like the hardest possible fight you could have for a Morbus.
Pretty much, yeah. I guess worse if we had no missiles at all, maybe, but
That's not possible. You can't reach Dark Aegon Temple without missiles anyway.
I mean, if it was a Dark Aegon Temple start, maybe.
If it was Dark Aegon Temple Star and you had all the two of the keys with the other in the broom closet.
I think that's Messiah Lock is two ways, for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. But
I like that start. The Aegon Portal start. That was nice.
Yeah, it was neat. I immediately bumbled into Bomb Guardian and had to reset in the first 3 minutes.
No. So you got stuck.
Yeah, I was hoping that because I mean, to get out, you need like it could drop space jump, boost ball,
Bombs, main PBs.
power bomb, or a power bomb expansion. So that's like a
Speak-
decent amount of things.
Speaking of main PBs, they were not required to seed apparently because I never found them.
They were not, but you walked right past them. They were in Torvis Lagoon.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, right there. Still
Yeah.
not required because completely barren sank.
Not at all. Also, why don't we talk about vanilla secret missiles?
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah. Did you find those before going to Torvis?
Yes, I checked them right
Okay.
before I went to Toyvis.
Yeah, same. It we probably had very similar routing. It's just that because like you said in the race time, you left Sank after checking the 3 first checks there, and I did the
Yeah.
entire loop. So other
Once
than
I saw that those three were garbage, I just dipped out. I was like, nah, don't want to do that again.
That was about it. The only difference, I think, was Crash, you went in through Torvis through the front, while ZChaotix, you went in through
Aegon.
Aegon portal.
Oh, did you save warp right after getting Seekers?
I forgot to save warp. I walked all the way over there.
Oh, because yeah, you're right by the ship for an easy save warp.
Yeah, I could have save warped. I forgot. That was would have been the best save warp, but I forgot.
You both did take good advantage of your save warps. ZChaotix early, especially early, using it to get back to the front half of Aegon after labs.
Oh yeah.
There was one point when I should have used it, which was right after getting Screw Attack. I keep forgetting there's a save station right there.
Yep, I did that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I walked into Aegon and then save warped from the Aegon save station. Like, wait a minute. I should have just done the other one.
Yeah, actually, it turns out it really was the only difference between the two of you in terms of routing really just was the Sanctuary dive. Other than that, you two played virtually identically. You both had excellent movement throughout the entire seed as well.
I'm glad to hear that.
Chamber. Yeah, I got the wind chamber dashes perfectly, and that felt so good.
You did, yeah, that was very impressive.
Oh, nice.
Seed, thankfully, being a lot more generous on energy tanks compared to some previous matches.
Yeah, that's at least nice.
Also, Alpha Block not actually being required.
Yeah, we saw.
I was sad.
Yeah.
I was sad because we got Sonic Boom.
We couldn't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew you were going to be happy to see that in Storage D.
Yeah.
I picked up Sonic Boom as well.
Well, since after I left Sank and it had nothing, I pretty much knew I was gonna lose. I probably should have gone down to just pick it up and Sonic Boom Alpha Plug anyway. That would have been fun.
Yeah, we thought for a split second Annihilator was going to be required if the light suit was in Profane Path.
But it wasn't.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
When I saw the Sky Temple Grounds suit hint, I was like, oh yeah, that's gotta be in a Phazon place. Yeah, that's a room.
Yeah, although we definitely understand, Z, your guess for going to pick up Annihilator Beam first, because what if it was in Profane Path? That would have been a very painful trek back to Torvis to go pick that up.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, did you? Well, you must have gone into Torvis with no suits like I did then, because at that point I was at the point I went into Torvis, and when I saw that hint, well, before I went into Torvis and saw that hint, I knew that pretty much the only place that the suit could be was on the ship or in Phazon world, and that hint was just like, all right, yeah, logically I need that to get in here.
Yeah,
So
after I got Sky Temple key hints, I went right back to Torvis and got all the keys there, and then save warped back to Aegon and did the storage C for the dark suit, and then went back to Temple Grounds.
Shoutouts to nearly vanilla super missiles.
Yeah, off by one room.
Yep.
Yep.
Could have been off by 2 rooms the other way.
That would have been painful.
Yeah. But hopefully we can at least get some more seats that aren't 2.2 seats, because I don't know, just having an entire area completely empty is just lame.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It's lame to play and kind of lame to watch too.
There's nothing in sync.
Well, we still have about 12 more streamed matches and 2 more weeks of Swiss left to go before we hit the bracket, so there should be plenty of opportunities for Sank to get its due.
Hopefully I don't lose 2 more times.
Overall, I got nothing else to complain about. I thought it was fine.
Well, we certainly do wish the both of you good luck in the remainder of these rounds of Swiss as we conclude today's match of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer 2021 tournament. Is there anything else you two want to say before we do close out?
No, I got nothing.
Boom is the best item. That's a fact.
What's the best item?
Sonic Boom. That's a fact.
Hard to argue with that.
Indeed.
Indeed.
But with that said, folks, yes, once again, if you have not already, please go ahead and follow both of our runners as they have done put on a fantastic show for you here this afternoon. We also want to take a moment to shout out Lenifus, our amazing tracker, who has made sure everybody knows who has what, especially with how crazy that start was with Aegon keys. And Dark Zero, thank you for joining me here in the booth today. And for making this beautiful randomizer.
It's fun to have everyone here.
All right. With that said, folks, we are not done here today for our Metroid Prime 2 randomizer action. We have another race at 8 p.m. tonight, a standard tournament settings race between Op82 and Diceron, both running 2-0 in their rounds of Swiss, so that should be a good race. And then we've got 3 matches coming up on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, and 2 on Friday. So we hope you will be joining us as channels get added. Be sure to keep an eye on the schedule as has been listed in chat for the upcoming races. With that said, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next mission.
See ya.